What good, YouTube? Yeah, I don't know. That seemed like a good intro to say. I don't know. I'm working on it. Don't judge me. Anyway, so I've just seen recently, a while back, about a few hours ago, to be honest. Um, Rick and Morty's new episode, relaxa- rest and relaxation or whatever. Actually, what I noticed, I mean, barely, right? But what I noticed is though, that most of the episode have some kind of Rick pun in there. You know, pickle Rick, for instance, etc. You know, that actually that's what I noticed back in season one. I went on Adult Swim and watched a few episodes, and I'm actually impressed with the continuity of the show. Um, Seeing that is the first few episodes of season one, where Rick screwed up so bad that he actually had to make come to a new reality where basically, you know, it's kind of like the ripple effect in some ways, not really necessarily, but in different timeline. It's like one of those theories where it's like, if you do something in this timeline, in another timeline, you actually did the opposite, and that's basically how that episode was. It's like in that timeline, he basically fixed everything that was going on in that episode, where he turned everybody into a freaking monster, literally, like just kind of carnivorous type of shit or whatever. But in that instance, that thing that he was working on blew the hell up, and thus killing Rick and Morty. So he went into that timeline, basically replaced that character. That there's nothing were to happen, and it's actually interesting because in that timeline, the original timeline, Rick, I mean not Rick, but Jerry actually stood up for himself and became like a total badass. But in this timeline, where the continuity of the show is taking place, it's as if nothing has happened. Like Jerry is still a pushover. Beth is kind of like, well, her, and etc. Anyway, so I think I might have got off tangent, but I'm just saying I'm really impressed with the show's writing and continuity and everything. Anyway, so with the episode, it feels kind of like a throwback when the show first starts. To like one of the episodes in season one. I'm assuming where like Morty is just trying to attend school like normal kids do, and then Rick just shows up out of nowhere and says like, "Okay, I need your help. I need your help." And it happened actually twice at the beginning of the episode and then the near the end of the episode where it's kind of like things are more or less back to normal and shit. And anyway, so I'm gonna get to that. Anyway, so they go on this adventure and they just completely freak the hell out. And usually, like after a life or death situation, it's kind of like they can walk it off. But both characters are actually like, holy shit, like they're just traumatized after going through such crazy events, and they're just kind of like, you know what, we straight up need a vacation. So they go off to this vacation destination. Everything seems to be a-okay. Nothing seems to be amiss until they go into the detoxification booth, and that's basically where the episode actually begins. Because when they go in this detoxification booth, boom, it's like they crash landed in the middle of nowhere, kind of like they time traveled or whatever, and they come to a realization that holy shit, the detoxification worked, except it literally removed the toxic part of the body, which was their personality. Literally, like the normal Rick and Morty are actually going on without being angry, without being like all this other stuff. Essentially, a complete 180 of what they usually are. And so Rick is just basically nice. Morty isn't paranoid or freaking out or anything, and everything seems to be peachy until the real personality of Rick essentially comes back and hopefully tries to merge in with one another. And obviously the normal Rick doesn't want that. He wants to be normal and shit like that. And then just basically, long and short of it, um, you know, you have to have the good side of you and you have to have the bad side of you, and that's where it equals to you. If it's only getting rid of the bad and just completely good 100%, well, that's kind of like, a little crazy because no one is 100% good, and I mean, there's still some a little bit of bad to us, and the bad will kind of like the yin and yang. How would it look if the yin yang had only just a yellow white circle with a black dot? It wouldn't look complete. It would look kind of like you need the good and the bad. Anyway, so basically, Rick's plan is to kind of like, if that doesn't work, he's just gonna completely toxify the entire world. His crazy ass plan until like the two the normal and then the toxic personality are one and one, and it's like, okay, well, basically he's saying like that that his plans usually don't work when he's off the rails and off just not really thinking things through. Essentially saying that the evil side, the toxic personality side, uh, can act all crazy and whatever, but the normal human side just can kind of figure out if certain plans are not going to work as they're supposed to, because, well, he's human and he can have the logical side, both the logic and the reasoning side. So it makes sense. It's like if Spock and Captain Kirk were like one character, you essentially get probably Rick Sanchez. Anyway, so yeah, that's pretty much it for the general episode. But the comedy was just like the certain a montage. I'm not really gonna get into the montage necessarily, but like it's one of those things you have to see the episode for yourself to actually like truly appreciate it, and it's hysterical. It's like all kind of fun crazy shit, and also with Morty's part of it. He definitely doesn't want to be one with his toxic personality. He's doing super well. He's in fact, Rick calls him kind of like a American Psycho type of character. Essentially, like him and Patrick Bateman kind of share a lot of similarities when Morty doesn't have his toxic personality. He works. He works at a basically, well, I forgot where he worked, but it's basically like a stock exchange type of stuff. And he's wearing a really nice suit. He has a really nice apartment. He's with a really nice chick and everything. Everything's working out for him until like Rick and Jessica, Morty's crush, comes along. It's like, oh, we need you, we miss you, blah blah blah, and it's like kind of like start bickering back and forth and all that shit. And then the tail end of this episode where like of course, Rick called him for another adventure, and then when he's about to leave with his grandfather, Jessica just basically turns to him like, "I miss you." It's just kind of a nice, tender way to end the episode, which is kind of gives it a human, you know, uh, way of ending the episode, which is nice. And that's pretty much it with the episode. And yeah, hope you like the video, and please give it a like and all the other fun stuff. And that's it. So I'm out like the Flash, and see you with another video.